Hello YouTube, this is John with the PC and Cell Phone Repair Center to talk to you today a little bit about iPhone 4 and 4S screen replacements. Now, between the iPhone 4 and the 4S, there are actually 3 different types of screens. That's something you'll have to watch out for if you decide that you want to replace the screen on your iPhone 4 or 4S yourself. Now, let's talk about what the 3 different models are. There are 2 different cell phone technologies that are common. One of them is CDMA, one of them is GSM. GSM's networks like AT&T, any network that uses a SIM card. CDMA is almost any network that doesn't use a SIM card like Verizon. So with the iPhone 4, there were actually 2 different iPhones made, one for GSM networks and one for CDMA networks. The reason being that they had to do a little bit different case design for the GSM phone in order to make space for the SIM card. On the 4S, they decided to go ahead and put the SIM card slot in every phone just to make things simpler. But today you will learn how to identify the differences between the screens, so if you have either an iPhone 4 or a 4S and want to replace the screen, you'll be able to pick out the right screen. So let's start talking about differences between the CDMA and GSM version of the iPhone 4. These start with these little screw slots that you see on the side of the phone. You'll notice that on the GSM version is the one on top, iPhone 4 GSM. You'll notice that this middle slot, this middle screw slot, is just a little bit farther towards the bottom of the phone. Although not a whole lot. That's not really something you could see unless this was just a side-by-side comparison. The next difference that you may notice is very slight, and it's the positioning of this actual screw hole. You'll see on the CDMA version of the phone, it's a little bit farther towards the side, while on the GSM version it's a little bit farther towards the top. On the other side of the phone, the screw slots, things become a little bit more obvious. On the GSM version of the phone, we have this sort of big open space here, and then the 2 screw slots that are real close to each other, while on the CDMA version, the 3 screw slots are placed pretty well evenly across the phone. So now if we compare that to the 4S screen, you'll see that this side of the 4S screen, the screw slots look extremely like the GSM phone, and that is because the SIM card is in the same place on the iPhone 4S as it is in the GSM phone. One notable difference, though, is the position of this screw hole. You'll see on the GSM phone, it's the screw hole is farther to the side, while on the iPhone 4S, it's farther towards the top. On the other side here, you'll notice that the slots, the screw slots, line up on the 4S exactly with the CDMA version of the phone. So one side of the 4S looks like the GSM 4, and one side of the 4S looks like the CDMA version of the 4, with that minor difference as far as the position of the actual screw hole. So as you can see, these screens are extremely similar looking, and while most people understand the difference between the 4 and the 4S, it's really easy to get the GSM version and the CDMA version confused. And while the pinout on them is the same, while the motherboard of the GSM version is able to control the LCD from a CDMA or vice versa, they will not fit together because the screw slots and screw holes are in different positions. You will not be able to put a CDMA screen on a GSM phone or a GSM screen on a CDMA phone. So that's just one more thing to watch out for, and one more reason not to try to replace your own iPhone 4 or 4S screen unless you really know what you're doing. If you do want us to replace your iPhone 4 or 4S screen, we would be glad to do that for you. Our address is 11321 West Markham, Little Rock, across from Office Depot, and we can do iPhone 4 or 4S screen replacements for $75, and we can usually have them done in about 45 minutes. So if you're a little bit confused by all this and decide that you just want to have somebody else do it for you, go ahead and give us a call, and we would be glad to help you out. Thanks. Bye.